Greene King has been brewing ale since 1799, can you believe it? And today we're here to discover whether Britain's biggest brewery can actually deliver a boutique experience, because we're ditching the bar stool and we're opting for a bed instead. We're staying at the New Inn, which is a hungry horse just off the M4 on Junction 24, which is on the way to Bristol. Can this place compete with Wetherspoons? Well, let's go find out. Come on, guys. These are the rooms straight in front of us, and they're actually separate from the main pub, which is just over there. And it's kind of like a motel vibe, don't you think? Like what, those sort of rooms you see in America, those motels. And apparently this is actually called a motel hotel. Just over here is the car park. It's a very large car park, and parking is actually free here. Whether you're a patron of the pub or you're a staying guest, you can park for free, which I think is a great touch. Right, let's go check in. The first impressions of this place are really good. I really do like the tartan carpet, and you've got some stonework over there. You really do get like a countryside pub aesthetic in here. And this is reception. Check-in is at 2 p.m. and check-out is 11 a.m. the next day. Now, the reception isn't manned 24/7, but you can press this bell here and someone will come during office hours. And then they also give you a number that you can ring if you do need to speak to somebody on site. Here you've got to save 10% on your next stay if you book with them whilst you're here. There's some tea and coffee facilities here. Unlike Wetherspoons, you don't get things like hot chocolate or free refills at the bar. You have to come here and top up, and this is where we'll check out tomorrow. You just drop your keys in there. I love the horse wallpaper, that's really nice. You'll notice as you walk down here, there's pictures all the way down, all related to, I believe, South Wales or at least Wales. And we're right down the end at room 12. I think we might be the only guests because it's so quiet. I haven't heard anybody. Okay, let's go check out the room. This is an accessible double room, and I'm really impressed with this, honestly. Check this out. I really love the size of the room. It is an accessible room, so you do expect a bigger space, but I looked online and a lot of these rooms here actually have a lot of space. So there's a large king size bed. It is two beds again pushed together. Hopefully I don't fall through the middle of that. I really do like the runners. I think they add a nice aesthetic to the room, but they could be a trip hazard in the middle of the night if you need to pop to the loo. There's two bedside tables. Curtain wise, I'm not too keen on these curtains. They are kind of like an 80s throwback, that burgundy colour. But I do like the feature wall. The feature wall reminds me of being 4 years old, living in my dad's flat, and he had a very similar wallpaper up in our living room. It does feel like a high-end country pub. It mixes the traditional textures with a modern aesthetic. I like it. We have chrome finishings, and we also have some USB sockets. Brilliant. These switch off that lamp, and there's a nice little reading light which is adjustable. Nice deep drawers, nothing in them. Storage underneath. Now, as I was saying, this is an accessible room and there is an assistance cord. That's a really good touch. There's a really sturdy luggage rack with plenty of storage underneath. View wise, it's just the car park. There's literally two car parks on both sides, and I've just heard an argument, so the windows aren't the thickest, to be totally honest. And they're kind of giving me a funny look now, like, why are you filming me? Because they were literally just arguing in the car park. There's a really nice high quality 47-inch Samsung TV. I'm assuming that'll be smart. We'll check that out in just a second. And it is on an arm, so you can watch it in bed, and it angles lovely to the bed. The smart TV isn't smart in your traditional sense where you've got YouTube and Netflix, but you can cast your phone to it, so that's not too bad. You can just use your apps on your phone and cast it. That's cool. And it also does have live TV as well. A nice decent sized mirror. We've actually got a second luggage rack. That's the first time in any hotel where I've seen a second luggage rack for another guest. You always have to fight over them usually. Two-seater sofa, a little table and chairs. This is cool. Can someone let me know in the comments what castle this is? I'm going to assume it's obviously a Welsh one, but I'm not sure which one it is. I'm going to hazard a guess and say maybe Conway. We have more storage here. There's an extra pillow if you want a pillow. That's a proper thick pillow, that one. I think actually you would only need the one pillow if you were using this one, otherwise I'd break my neck. We've got hangers. We have a hairdryer. Let's have a look at the hairdryer. The hairdryer feels a little bit cheap. We've got a table and chairs over here. Again, there's so many chairs. There's so much seating in this room. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chairs. What do we need 4 chairs for? On the desk we have the kettle, 2 cups. These are a little bit dirty. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but inside's clean, and that's where you drink out of, isn't it? So not a big deal. We've got a small tea and coffee station. We've got some Kenco coffee, some Yorkshire tea, A-up, Canderel, sweeteners and milks. Kettle wise, let's check out the kettle. Oh, it's a heavy kettle. It's really heavy, that is. The kettle is very clean. No lime scale, brilliant. That doesn't look great. We've got a lamp. You've got 2 more plug sockets so you can get some work done on the workstation if you wish. In the room, they actually supply food menus just like Wetherspoons do. So again, just like Wetherspoons, you can pick your food, whatever you want, and you can go to the restaurant. They do classics on Mondays for 13 quid, grilled Mondays 10 quid, all different offers available throughout the week. I'll have a look at that and I'll decide shortly. And then also they do a breakfast menu. Now breakfast is only between 7 AM and 9 AM, so you have to be an early bird to catch the breakfast. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stay for breakfast yet. I'll play it by ear and we'll see in the morning. The bathroom doesn't have a proper handle on it, it's just this little hook. But you know what, this bathroom is amazing. It's the nicest accessible bathroom I've seen anywhere. There's some nice artwork on the walls. Look at the finishing on the tiles. I'm really impressed. The floor is spotless. Now if you checked out the accessible room on my Premier Inn video, you'll see it really wasn't fantastic. The towel rail's not on, but you got the option to turn the heating on. The room's already warm enough as it is. We've got some nice quality towels, they feel really nice. Hand towels. I love the black frames against the white tiles. They really pop. A really nice old style sink, and this is heavy duty. Look at this. Kind of reminds me of the Victorian era. The tap is polished to absolute perfection. They provide 2 little glasses. There's a bin provided. There's a small basin for wheelchair users. Brilliant touch. Handrails if you need them. Toilet rolls, 141, even that's been folded, look. But this to me is the most impressive for this room. There's a gorgeous rainfall shower, and again, look how clean it is. You can see your face in it. Then you've got the option of an additional shower head. There's body and hair gel, a shower seat, more towels, shaver port, vegan hand wash. It says enjoy the freshness. The bed, to be fair, isn't the best. The mattress doesn't feel the best quality. Let's have a lie down and we'll check it out properly. It does feel low quality. The pillows are nice though. The pillows feel good quality. They're really comfortable. Okay, so shall we go and check out the pub then? Let's go, come on. I like the beer garden. This is really nice. I bet this is great in the summer. Just sit out here, enjoy a beer. I think 6 Nations on at the moment. They've got the Welsh flag in here because obviously we are in Wales. This is a really nice pub actually. There's a couple of kids that are a bit loud, but other than that, it is a quiet pub. There's only a few people in here, but I suppose given the location, the junction off the M4, it's going to be quiet, isn't it? There's not really a town, so to speak, around here. I've ordered fish and chips. I've got a Carlin. I was going to have a Greene King IPA because I've never tried one, and we're in a Greene King brewery pub, and they don't do them, surprisingly. So I've had the Carlin, and I'll wait for the fish and chips to come, and I'll let you know what it's like when it comes. Honestly, that wasn't the best fish I've ever had. I've had much better. it was a box standard, and it has kind of left a funny taste in my mouth. The chips were lovely, the peas were great, the tartar sauce was nice, and the pint, you can't go wrong with the pint, can you? But yeah, other than that, it was all right. Okay, so we're going to go head back to the room now. I've just got back to the room, and the room is freezing cold, and I mean freezing cold. It's early March, so it is cold outside, but I've looked around the room and I can't find anywhere to turn the heating up. There seems to be no air conditioning unit or emergent heater or anything of any sort, which is really weird. In all the other hotels I've stayed in, they've had that option and they don't have that here. It's odd. There's a radiator. The radiator is really cold. It was set to 3. I've turned it up to 5, but there's just no heat coming through it whatsoever. So, by the way, if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a like to let me know you're enjoying it, and subscribe if you want to see more hotel reviews, holiday park tours, seaside tours, the lot. Right, I'm going to jump in bed and get under this quilt and try and warm up and watch a bit of TV for a bit. Morning. I didn't sleep the best, I'll be totally honest. The bed, the mattress isn't great. I did feel the springs coming through the mattress and I've kind of hurt my back. So I'm not best pleased with my sleep. Considering the price I paid, which I'll come to in just a minute, I would have expected a lot better. Shower wise, the shower's amazing. I always enjoy a rainfall shower and that didn't disappoint as per usual. The water pressure was wonderful. I'm about to go and check out and I'll give you a quick rundown. I'm really chuffed with the size of the room and the modern fixtures, etc., the size of the TV. The room itself is brilliant. It's just the bed that really lets it down. But other than that, it was quite a quiet sleep, to be fair. We were on a main road, and you can't really hear the traffic. It's not too bad. People were coming and going, but again, it didn't interrupt my sleep. It was fine. So how much did I pay for my stay? I paid £80 16 pence, which honestly I don't think is a very good deal considering some of the other places I've stayed, like the Village Hotel one of the previous weeks, and also the luxury floating pod, which only cost me £86. And with those we got things like free complimentary water in the room, and you don't even get that as a standard here. Plus places like Wetherspoons, where I paid £59, we got things like free hot chocolate, and then you could go and refill at the bar. You don't have that option here either. So Greene King, they really do need to book their ideas up if they want to compete with Wetherspoons. I honestly think Wetherspoons have got the market sewn up. So if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and let me know down below where you'd like me to stay next. I'm looking for some recommendations and I'd love to hear from you. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying it, and you can watch some more hotel stays just here. Until next time guys, take care.